What's up and welcome back to another video. Guys, today I want to go through every single LEGO Star Wars set that's going to be retiring at the end of 2024, as it is just around the corner and most of these sets are going to be completely sold out, probably even before they retire. Now unfortunately, the LEGO retiring soon page is not too comprehensive of a list. It's missing some sets and it also has some sets that have gotten extended and other things like that. So I'll just be going through all of these sets that we know that are going to be retiring, so you can keep your eye open for some good deals come this Black Friday and just the holiday season. And if you get some holiday money that you're looking to spend on some LEGO sets, you can know which ones are more high priority if they're going to be retiring soon. So without further ado, let's get right on with this list. Our first set that's going to be retiring is going to be set 75359, the 332nd Ahsoka's Clone Trooper Battle Pack. Normally going for about $19.99 for retail, but you can frequently find this one on sale for $15.99 and even cheaper. I believe I saw it for $12.99 on Amazon for a little bit at one point. And overall, I think it's a pretty solid set. I think it's a good battle pack, and if you can get it pretty cheap, it's a nice one. The army builds, yes, some people have issues with the helmet holes. I think they're necessarily not terrible. I don't really mind them too much. But if you want this one, if you want to do some 332nd army building, this honestly might be your last shot. Some people speculate that the 332nd are going to be coming back at some point, but I doubt that we're going to be getting more Clone Wars content, especially based on the Siege of Mandalore, where they're most prevalent. So I think if you want to pick up some 332nd Clone Troopers, this is probably your best and last shot to do so. The next set is set 75361, the Spider Tank. I think this is overall a pretty solid set. I think the build is very nice, and the exclusive Bo-Katan, which people think will be coming out in future sets, which I don't really see a reason not to. I think it's a really, really good minifig, so if LEGO is going to make more Bo-Katans, they're just going to throw this one into those sets. But if you have that FOMO, if you want to get that Bo-Katan before it's too late, before it could technically retire and then just be exclusive to that set, then I guess you can look out for deals, but I would not recommend buying this at $49.99. I think for $50, it's a really overpriced set. Now you can find it on sale for about $39.99, and I think as of recording this video, it's $32.99 at Target right now. So if you were looking for it, I think that's a good deal for it. I think it's a solid build. I think the figures are, except for the Bo-Katan, the other figures are kind of boring. The Bo-Katan figure is really nice and is exclusive as of now, but many people speculate that it will be coming out in more sets in the future. But overall, I think it's a pretty solid set if you can get it at a good price. Next up, we have a set that should have retired a while ago, in my opinion, being set 75257, the Millennium Falcon from 2019. I don't know why this is on shelves for so long. They should have retired it long ago and we should have gotten a replacement. I know we just got the Dark Millennium Falcon, but I'm thinking more something original trilogy based is something that we would need. Normally the retail on this is $169.99, but I think right now it's on sale at a few places for $147.83. It's a kind of odd price, but still a pretty nice discount. I still probably wouldn't recommend you buying this when the Dark Millennium Falcon is right there that just has cooler figures in my opinion. Yes, it's a legend ship, it's not really canon, and it's just a big like black Millennium Falcon that may not float everyone's boat, but in my opinion it's a little bit cooler. But also I don't think that you have any reason to go and buy this because it's retiring, because there's no way that we don't get another Millennium Falcon. I feel like we're going to get the original trilogy themed one probably, if not next year, the year after. It's just such an iconic ship, and LEGO normally always has one out on shelves, so this one retiring signifies that we're going to be getting a new one very soon. Now we have our first UCS set of this list being set 75341, the UCS Luke's Landspeeder, coming at $239.99. I think it's a little bit overpriced, but if you can find it on sale, I think it's a pretty good pickup. I think this is an overlooked one. Yes, it may not be the most exciting of the UCS sets out there, but I think the build is pretty well done. It's a pretty clean build. Unfortunately, the C-3PO is no longer exclusive to this set, but I think if you can get a good deal on this one, it's probably a good idea to pick one up before it goes, because normally UCS sets go for quite a bit after on the aftermarket. I'm not trying to push anyone to buy anything. That's just, I'm just stating a fact there. But overall, I think it's a pretty solid set. Not necessarily for me, but if you wanted this one, I would try and get it before it retires. Otherwise, you're going to be paying a bit more of a premium for it. Next up, we have set 75308 R2-D2 coming in at $239.99. Do not buy this set. I don't care what it goes on sale for. The only cool thing about this is the 50th anniversary of Lucasfilm piece that is in there, but overpriced. And set 75379, the other R2-D2 that we just got, is just so much better for a fraction of the price, even less than one half of the price. You get two of them and still have $40 left over, and you're getting the exclusive Malak in that. I recommend do not buying this set unless you, for some reason, you really want it, but it's just not for me. I think it's overpriced, and I think for what it is, there's just better things out there. Next up, we have set 40676, the Phantom Menace Brickheads, coming in at $54.99, but you can find this on sale here and there. It's not really necessarily easy as it is exclusive to LEGO, I'm pretty sure, but I know there's not a lot of people that are big Brickheads fans, but I think this one has some pretty cool characters. If you like the Brickheads, I would consider picking this one up. I think it's a pretty solid set in there. You get some really cool characters, the Queen Amidala, Darth Maul, you get the Qui-Gon Jinn, you know, everyone loves this for the Jar Jar, of course, but overall, jokes aside, there's some really good characters in there. I think the builds are very well done, and if you can get it on sale, I think it's definitely a good one to pick up. Next up, we have set 75350, Clone Commander Cody S helmet. Now this set goes for $69.99 at retail, but right now on Amazon and Best Buy it's on sale for $52.49. This is definitely my favorite helmet of the whole series. I think it's definitely gone too soon, especially when compared to Rex's helmet, which got extended and is going to be out for another year, I believe. I think Cody's probably should have been extended as well, because I think those are meant to go with each other. I do wish that it was, you know, either 2 Phase 1 or 2 Phase 2 helmets, just so they look a little bit better on display, but that's just a little pet peeve of mine. Overall, it is probably my favorite helmet that they've ever made. I think it's really clean. I think it's a really good set, and I think if you can get it for that $52.49, it's definitely a good one to pick up if you are into the helmet series. Next up is set 75364, the New Republic E-Wing versus Shin Hati Starfighter at $110 or $109.99. I think it's a very solid set. The builds are pretty good, and there's some great exclusive minifigures in this that we probably won't ever see again. But I do think for $110 is a little bit overpriced, but if you can find this one on sale, it's definitely a good pickup. It's got a lot going for it, and I doubt that we'll ever see a new kind of New Republic E-Wing or just Shin Hati Starfighter and those minifigures in there as well. Just so many cool things that are in this set that we probably won't get again. I don't want to, once again, not trying to pressure people to go buy stuff, but it's just likely that we won't see that stuff again. And I think overall it's pretty solid, but for $110, I think it's a bit overpriced. But if this does go on sale anywhere, I would recommend picking it up. Next up, we have set 75348, Mandalorian Fang Fighter versus the TIE Interceptor, coming in at $99.99. I think the builds in this are very, very good. However, I think the minifigures leave quite a bit to be desired. I think they're pretty boring, as well as I'm not a big fan of the Fang Fighter. But I think if you can find this one on sale, I think it is kind of a cool one. In my opinion, the main focus or big thing in this set is that TIE Interceptor. I think the build is very clean. However, I'm not really sure if this one would be worth buying. It kind of just depends on what you think about the rest of this stuff, but overall I think it's pretty solid, and if you can get a good deal on it, then you might want to pick it up before it is gone. Next up, one of the big ones that's going to be retiring at the end of this year is set 75290, Mos Eisley Cantina for $399. This is a great set. I think the build is amazing. It's just the epitome of what a Master Builder set series set should be. It's super good in my opinion. I think the build's solid. There's so many great minifigures, as well as a ton of exclusive minifigures that actually will be exclusive, without questions asked, kinda. Just that's kind of how it goes with these sets. I doubt LEGO's gonna slip in some of these obscure niche characters into micro fighters like they did with Captain Rex. I just don't think it's something that they're gonna be able to do. Overall, I think it's a great one, and I doubt that we'll see most of this stuff again. And if you want it, it's already sold out on LEGO, so I would act quick. I wouldn't wait for anything else. Yes, it would be nice to wait for some sales on this. I think it was at $319.99 on, I forget where that was. It might have been Best Buy or something. I forgot though. I don't know where it is on sale, but if you are going to try and pick this one up, I recommend doing it sooner rather than later, as it's already sold out in many places. But overall, it's a great set. Sad to see it go, but I'm happy to see what ends up taking its place in the future. Next up, we have another one of those heavy hitters being set 75313, the UCS AT-AT, retailing for $849.99. However, it went on sale at Walmart for $600, but when I said it instantly sold out, I think it sold out within 6 or 7 minutes, which is kind of crazy, because that $600 is an insane deal. I don't know if we're ever going to see it go on sale for that much at a retailer again. Now, this is one that is going to be rumored to be going on sale for Insider Weekend, as well as some other retailers for Black Friday. However, I don't know if I trust that. That's kind of just rumors as of right now, but it's definitely one of those iconic UCS sets, and when you're looking at previous UCS sets after they retire, they go for quite the premium on the aftermarket. So if you were looking to pick this one up, I wouldn't wait too long. I think you should definitely be looking for a nice deal on sale, or just doing whatever you want with this one. It's definitely a really great build. It's got some cool minifigs. It's just one of the most iconic UCS sets in my opinion, and like I said, being a UCS set, it's just going to get harder and harder to find the longer you wait, and obviously not for everyone with that $850 price range. But if you're a LEGO Star Wars fan, you have that $850 to throw away on a LEGO set, then I think this is probably your best option to do that on. Next up, we have set 75344, Boba Fett Starship Microfighter, coming in at $9.99. I don't think you're missing much with this one. There's nothing really exclusive in here. It's the same old Boba Fett that we get. The Starship build is just kind of mediocre, being a microfighter. If it's something that you love, I guess maybe pick it up, but I feel like everyone that's wanted this has already gotten it. So overall, I don't think you're missing much with this one. I don't think it's necessarily a must-buy on this list. It's just one of those microfighters that's going to be retiring. Next set up on this list is set 75346, the Pirate Snub Fighter, coming in at $34.99, and this is a pretty overpriced set. However, it's on sale for $24.99 all over, even on LEGO. You know it's bad when LEGO is putting a set on sale. They're notorious for not putting anything on sale, really. So if you see something on sale when it's not related to some sort of promo or Insider Weekend or something like that, that's how you know it's not selling too great, which, you know, makes sense. I think for $35, it's a pretty overpriced set. For $25, I would also argue that it's a bit overpriced. This definitely should have been a $19.99 set in my opinion. However, I think if you are looking to get that, it does have those minifigs in it, which are okay. I think the one is exclusive. They might both be exclusive. I'm not really sure. I don't really keep up to date on this set. I think the build is fine, albeit small, and I know one of the characters is rumored to be in the Skeleton Crew, so if you care about that, then, I mean, maybe try and get it. But overall, this one's just not for me. I think it's pretty overpriced, but if it's one that you're dying to get, this is probably the time that you can get it on sale for the cheapest. Our next set is 75351, Princess Leia's Boushh helmet, now going in at $69.99. I think it's a little bit, not necessarily overpriced. It's the same as the other helmet sets. This one's just not really for me. Not a big fan of it. The build's pretty solid. There's just something about it that I'm not a fan of, and I don't know what it is. But if you are looking to collect all the helmet sets, if it's one that you've been eyeing, now is probably the best time for you to get it. Now, I know it went on sale last Black Friday for Target for I think $52, which was a good deal on that. I'm not sure what the sales are looking like for it this year, but if I was to guess, it'd probably be similar. However, I wouldn't count on that, but if you're looking to pick this one up, I would do so before it retires. Next set is set 75352, the Emperor's Throne Room Diorama. Now, I agree that for $99.99, it's a pretty overpriced set. However, I've seen it on sale as low as $52, which is crazy. That's 50% off. That's just crazy. I think this set is a very solid build, and I think there's some very good minifigures in there as well. The build's clean. I love the window technique used, and I think it's kind of overhated. Yes, I agree it was overpriced for $100, but if you can get it on sale, it's still a great set. Good build, great minifigures, iconic scene. So, I don't know. I'm a big fan of this one, if you couldn't tell, but also looks like dioramas are on their way out for LEGO. We don't have any leaked or rumored for this next year, so if you're looking to get a diorama, this is probably my favorite diorama for LEGO Star Wars. So overall, if you're looking to get a diorama, I think this is probably your best option to get one at a good price. Wait for it to go on sale though, do not buy it for $100. Next up, we have another diorama in set 75353, the Andor Speeder Chase. Now, I think for $79.99, this is kind of overpriced. However, it's on sale on Amazon right now for $51.89, which I think is a really good deal. I think to buy this. I think the build is pretty solid. The figs are okay. I think, you know, there's some issues. I don't think the trees look too great, but like I said, if you're looking to get these dioramas before they are gone, I think this is probably the best time for you to get them. They might go on sale a little bit cheaper later on, but I don't know if I would risk waiting if it's a set that you really like. But once again, dioramas aren't for everyone, but if you're looking to pick this one up, I think this is a good one to pick up while it is still on sale. Next, we have set 75358, the 4+ Tenu Jedi Temple, for $40 or $39.99. It's a pretty overpriced set, but I think it's on sale right now for $23 at a bunch of retailers. Once again though, not for me. I doubt this is we are the target audience for this set, but I do think that the printed Jedi Temple piece is pretty cool, but I don't really care for this one. I doubt that you guys do. Maybe if there's something that you guys see in this set that you want to pick up, you might be able to get some crazy clearance deals if it does go on sale anymore, but overall, I would probably pass on this one. Next up is set 75360, Yoda's Jedi Starfighter for $34.99. A ridiculous price for this set, and I'm not a fan of this one. If you did watch my Clone Wars ranking, I think it's just two boring minifigures as well in Yoda and R2-D2, which are not exclusive. You get them in so many other sets. I wouldn't recommend buying this one. I doubt that it's going to be challenging to find either. I feel like this is not one that's going to sell out anytime soon. I mean, I'm not really sure though. If it's something you've been dying to get, if you've always wanted that Yoda Starfighter, then be my guest, but I will personally be passing on this one. So we have set 75363, the Mandalorian's N1 Starfighter, a microfighter, For $15.99, I think this set is pretty overpriced. I do not think that Grogu is worth an extra $6 on the price tag. Definitely not for me. I feel like it's not one that many people are a fan of just given that price tag. Yes, I've seen it on sale for like 12 bucks, even 10 bucks, but I still don't really think it's worth it. I'm pretty sure if you want a Mandalorian and a Grogu, you already have it from the ton of other sets that they've come out in. The build is pretty lackluster. So overall, I'm not a big fan of this one, but I mean, if you really want to find it, I'm sure you can get some pretty good deals on it this coming month. Next up is set 75365, the Yavin 4 Rebel Base, retailing for $169.99. However, I think right now it's on sale for $149.99. I think it's a pretty solid set. There's a ton of really cool figs in this one, which is definitely the high point for me. Not the best build, but it is still a fun play set, especially if you are looking to get a gift for someone. I feel like this is a good gift for kids, even though it is kind of expensive. But overall, I wouldn't wait too long on this one. I feel like it is going to sell out for the holidays, as it is kind of like a hot ticket item for gifts. From what I've seen, it was sold out at my local Target when I went. However, that's not to say that they're not going to restock, but overall I think it's pretty solid. Not necessarily for me. I think the build's a little bit lackluster, but the minifigures are definitely pretty cool in this one. I don't know if they're going to stay exclusive or if there really are any crazy exclusive figs in this one, but if you've been looking to get this one, I feel like now is the best time to get it for a good sale price. I've lumped these next three sets together, be given that it is the three mechs. They are all set at $15.99, which I think is a little bit overpriced for the mechs. I wasn't a big fan of the mechs. The only one here that I would technically recommend buying would be that Boba Fett if you're looking for a Boba Fett with arm printing. Other than that, I would probably leave the rest of them. I think they're a little overpriced. I've seen them on sale once again for like 10 or 12 bucks, but still not really for me. The minifigures aren't necessarily exclusive or anything like that. So I don't know, the builds are whatever. I'm not a fan of the mech builds like I said earlier, but I do think that Boba Fett is a pretty good minifigure with that arm printing, so if you're looking to pick it up, I would do so before it retires. Next up is set 75371, the buildable Chewbacca at $199.99. This is definitely overpriced, but if you can find it on sale, I guess maybe it's a good deal. Personally, I'm not a fan of this one. I would not buy it, but if you really want that buildable Chewbacca, I feel like it will be going on sale here pretty soon, so if you're looking to pick that up, I would do so before it retires. And lastly, we have set 40615, the Tusken Raider Brickhead for $9.99. Now, I think this is kind of an underrated brickhead. I think that's a very solid build there. Now, I know brickheads, once again, aren't for everyone, but I am a pretty big fan of this one. I think it's a pretty solid build. And that was the last set that we have here retiring for 2024. So let me know if there's any sets on this list that you are looking to get before they retire. And if I missed any, I think I'm pretty sure that I got all of them, but there is a potential that I missed any. So let me know if I did. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope that this list helps you out. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay safe. Drew signing out.